99, 100. All right, I think I'm gonna eat that cookie. Definitely earned it today. Oh, hey, you see me bust out 100? Pretty awesome, right? Pretty rad when it comes to, working out, Got it. But hold on, that reminds me. So, did you notice that I was sliding pretty easily on here? I want to show you how, because you could so do this at home if you really wanted to. So I have this flat surface, and I have like this little carpet area. And notice it's not resisting. I go down pretty easily. That's how you know I get these awesome legs. You can too, but I'm not a workout instructor, so forget all that. Anyways, so that brings me to my next point. Have you ever noticed if you've ever been on tile or some type of like smooth walking surface and you have socks on, you can just slide wherever you want, okay? Well, if I'm wearing shoes, I can't slide that well. So let me put on my shoes. I can definitely show y'all. I have my shoes on now. You know what that's called? Friction. Okay, so friction is a force that pushes against an object and it causes that object to slow down and even stop. So that's what's happening here. Now, I know not everybody has tile or always has carpet, so this is an experiment you can do at home to figure out what is friction. So pull out your hands. Dun, da, da, da. Put them together. Now we're going to push them up and down. Okay, notice that it starts kind of getting hot. That's also friction. It will get hot. Notice my hands are not going very fast either. And I can feel my hands resisting each other. Now, to get rid of that friction when it comes to our hands, just get some lotion. Now, this doesn't mean you're gonna go to grandma's cabinet or your parents and just pull out all the lotion in the world. They may not like that. So, I have a good amount of lotion. I put them together, I just put it all over. Smack them together again. Same thing. Look at that. Super fast. The friction is almost non-existent. Also, this is not stopping or causing any heat. And that's how you can do that at home. Let me wash this off. But before I go into any further experiments or explaining, I need to get into my science outfit. So, don't mind me. Just give me a second. Whew, much better. So, we talked about friction. We talked about how it heats up, how it can stop an object, and how you can do it at home. Now, let's talk about this. Oh, you didn't know what that was. Okay, hold on. Let me try one more time. No, it's not jumping. I'm not talking about jumping. I'm talking about gravity. Notice that every time I went up, I came right back down. And on this beautiful earth of ours, we got gravity. Now, have you ever noticed when you watch anything about going to the moon or going anywhere outside in space, there's a lack of gravity. So we just sit there and we float. I don't get to float on Earth as much as I would love to float. I don't get to, unless I go into space. But to talk about gravity and to know that it is around us 24/7 while we're on Earth, you can always jump and you'll always land back on the ground, no matter what. Now, speaking of gravity kind of goes, well, it's not kinda, it does go with motion and force. So have you ever got on the scale one day and you're like, wow, I weigh this much? I got a little secret for you. If you ever go to another planet, you're not gonna weigh the same. But you will always have the same amount of mass. Now, mass and weight are not the same thing. Why, Miss G? Why is it the same thing? That doesn't make sense. Hold on, let me show you an example. Oh, yeah, ready. Okay, so here's the example. My mass is how much makes up of something, okay? So I have water in here. My water is at 10 milliliters. It's not a lot of water, but enough. You want a closer view? You don't believe me? That's fine. We can show. Okay. See if it'll focus. All right, we're at 10. Whoa, that light hit it. We're at 10, okay? Boom. All right. 10 milliliters is the amount of matter that is in this. I never said that's how much it weighs, though. If I wanted to find out how much it weighs, I can put it on the scale. On Earth, is going to probably tell me in ounces. All right? If I go to, I don't know, Mars, it's not going to weigh the same. But this will be the same amount taken to Mars. Okay? So mass does not change no matter where you are or if there's gravity or not. Mass is always the same. Now, your weight will change depending on gravity because gravity forces you to come down. Okay? So, I keep saying force and forces. Now, a force is a push or a pull that applies to an object. So, well, let me get this. I have a toy car. If I drop it, the gravity is going to force this to hit the ground. It went down because gravity. Now, we have this force, and obviously gravity made it go straight down. But then we have this thing that's called balanced and unbalanced forces. Now, balanced forces are what they sound like. It's balanced on each side. Now, the cool thing about this is that when they're balanced, neither one of them is going to move. They're just going to stay there. For example, I'll show you. So, I have this. It's balanced, okay? It's not moving. It's not going anywhere. But I'm going to change the force on one of the sides. That's going to cause an unbalanced force, and it's going to move. It's going to be heavier on this side. Ready? This one went up. It moved. So now we have an unbalanced force. There's more force happening on this side due to this little car. Who knew it could do so much? Now, let's talk about direction. Yeah, I know. You got to get directions to know where you're going. I know. But keep that in mind for force of motion. So I have this car. I'm going to make a path for it. It's just going to be a simple S. All right? I'm going to have this car follow the directions. Oh my goodness. It is following. It followed the path, so it followed the direction it was supposed to go into. So, how does that go with force and motion? Yeah, I heard you in the back. I know. How does it go together? Let me show you. I have a path that it needs to follow. It needs to go down. Here's my path. I expect it to go down. And it did. Now, let's say I wanted to go diagonally. There's two ways I could do this. I can make a border around the car so it would go to one direction, or I can do it diagonally and see if it does it. And it went diagonal. I know a lot of y'all are wanting to get out of your seats, dance around, have some motion in that body. And let me tell you how it falls with force and motion once again. Even though it's in the name, I know, it's kind of weird, but we're getting there. Motion. When an object is moving from one place to another, oh, it just moved from one place to another. It had its wheels spinning and it moved from one place to another, showing there is motion. That's like what Miss G was doing over there. When I kept going down, I was moving with motion. So, a few things to keep in mind today. Think of a door. Whenever you go to a door that requires you to open it, it usually says push or pull on it. Look out for those. That's force. All right, balance forces. We know if their balance is not moving. So if I make this straight, it's balanced on each side. The car is not moving. If I mess that balance up and I cause an unbalanced force, it's gone. Mass. Mass does not change whether you're on Mars or on Earth, but your weight will, depending on the amount of force that is given on that planet. All right, guys. I hope you follow the directions. You like that pun? Yeah, I got it because we learned about direction. All right, so I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Science with Miss G. I'll hand you. You know what? You can have that.